everyone. I am Jasmine, and I am the program director at the Brownsville Community Justice Center, and we're going to talk a little bit about our work, Fireflies, a Brownsville Story. So Fireflies, a Brownsville Story, is a co-creation between People's Culture and the Brownsville Community Justice Center. The Justice Center is a non-for-profit organization that focuses on tackling public safety issues in the community of Brownsville, Brooklyn. So just to provide a little bit of context, Brownsville is about a square mile of space. It has the highest concentration of public housing in the nation. And as a result, it's about 100,000 folks living in such a small space. And as a result of that, there has been this long history of tension between the housing developments that often contribute to the community-wide violence. And so the Justice Center focuses on tackling public safety issues through three particular ways. Sorry, I don't know how to work this clicker. There we go. Through three particular ways. One is youth-led programming, so engaging in people who are often at the center of the community violence, thinking about mobility out of poverty, because we know that it is largely an economic issue, and lastly, placemaking, so reimagining the type of interaction that can happen in spaces that have been impacted by community-wide trauma. All the work that we do is co-created and youth-led. We seek to center our young people's voices and put their narratives at the forefront.
My name is Sarah, and a lot of the systematic concerns that Jasmine was talking about, we approached through what we created of an innovation lab. And this lab was set up to really develop emerging technologies with young people and develop employable skills and partnerships with companies, and including Scatter and Unity. The lab itself is co-creative in the entire process, so everything we do is collaborative in nature, and we're really focused on rethinking the broken and inherited infrastructures and reimagining new realities. Some of the projects we've accomplished to date that have addressed this is an app we designed. It's called Be Live. You can download it on iOS and Android. And it took real businesses and put them virtually in physical space. We just finished a project that is a real-time interactive projection mapping project that addresses perceptions of safety in the community and focuses on revitalizing an underutilized corridor. And the project we're here to talk about today, which is a virtual reality documentary video game. And Nick is going to explain a little bit more about that, but it's really looking to reorient the narrative of Brownsville itself.
So we embarked on a project, this is kind of Ray's brainchild. It's called Fireflies, Brownsville Story. And we began to think about how documentary practice can influence the ways in which we speak to one another. And we wanted the lab itself to function in the way that the game functions. As a way to, we wanted the lab itself to function as a way that the game functions, to bring folks together who have been divided because of structural realities in their community, together to work towards a common goal. And we created this lab where young leaders from 13 of the developments in Brownsville would come together, work together, and solve that problem. And that problem was solved through a virtual reality video game, which Ray will speak about.
Okay, the concept and story behind the video game actually came from a story in Brownsville. That's how we got the title. And it tells the story of two youth from Brownsville, and they must work together to fight for a common goal. And the catch is that they're from opposing developments. And they learn that at the end that together is the only way that we could solve anything. And that's what the point of the game is, to get the whole of Brownsville to work together as a team and become a family again. Because what's a house divided will never stand, so we have to reunite that house so that way we can all stand together.
And as far as co-creating goes and community and co-creating, the root word is co. So we have to get people to cooperate. And they live in 5 different developments. See what I did there? They live in 5 different developments, maybe 13, 100,000 people, 1 square mile. Why aren't people getting out and talking to each other? Everyone believes that, they're so different because of all the stuff that happened a long time ago, and it still trickles down now. So we interviewed these people so we can get their stories and get them all into a space where we can get their collective experiences. And we hope that this sparks a conversation. You know, everyone gets to hear the other guy's interview that they normally wouldn't be able to see close up because of the borders created. And then everyone would figure, hey, we're not so different. We're the same people. It doesn't matter where we live. And this is going to be a clip of the video. That's a nice joke there, by the way.
This game gives you the ability to cross the divides between developments so the imaginary borders don't exist. You get to know the neighborhood by playing as a young photojournalist, and while doing this, you also navigate many issues facing Brownsville. Because this game is a reflection of some people's real life experience.
When did you get this?
Really? Are we still talking about this? The money don't come like it used to. The rent is going up. I'm gonna pay it. We're not getting evicted.
But since money stopped coming like it used to,
Don't worry about that.
I just want to help.
I know, Khalil, but as your mother, I have to handle this on my own.
I work though. I could give you some money towards the rent and other stuff.
Stay focused on you.
We have over 100 interviews of Brownsville residents to explore more than the stereotypes of public housing, because the people are what make the neighborhood.
Everything is here. Like everybody, I feel like everybody in Brownsville have a talent. People are really smart, but they aren't given the opportunity to sit here and become something.
I don't know if you noticed, but we have a lot of artists over there. We have a lot of talent in the rough. Talent. Legit, real talent. It just has to get recognized. You need recognition.
The average income is under $20,000 for a household of 3. That's no money. So right there, that your economics affects how you think about things, what you think you can and cannot do. In other words, Brownsville is sort of like a cocoon, just holding you in a status, but you're not supposed to stay there. Just like in a cocoon, you're supposed to come out of that at some point. But you have the potential as a young person to get that money. And when you do, you don't want to have to come back in a negative way to the community. You can come back in a positive way.
But still we rise. Even in the darkness, you can see our light. We would never back down without a fight. We are magic. What we are capable of will shock you like static. We are not our circumstances. We won't be taken for granted. We shall succeed because we believe.